which is a product of the Senate. And why should we go that route, which is a longer route, that will require 2 steps, instead of just going to the Senate to pass CARA? And then we have the money the following day, using the second generation. So I think the blame lies squarely to the Senate. And what is surprising that despite the problem we are going through, they are on recess, as if wananchi are getting their services in the county. And you can see that all these people you are seeing here in the county, they are just getting salary for doing nothing. This robbery, actually. They are getting salary for doing nothing. When we got the June salary, we were forced, the June disbursement, we were forced to pay the 2 salaries of July and August. Here they have been paid. But they just come to sit in the office doing nothing. Is this what the Constitution wrote in this country? Did we go for the current Constitution to have people sit in the offices for 2 months, earning a salary and doing nothing to an inch? Soon we will see this hospital, there are no medicines at all, and will be forced to close. Wananchi will blame us that we are not providing services when the problems are not to the governors. The problem is up there. The Council of Governors notes with concern that county governments have not received the equitable share of revenue 3 months into the current financial year 2020-2021. This has had serious implications in the general operations of county governments and payment of salaries to county staff. This is tantamount to killing devolution, similar to what happened in 1964. We express our discontent with the Senator's failure to build a consensus on the 3rd generation formula, which has consequently delayed the approval of the County Allocation of Revenue Act 2020, CARA. The Constitution, under Article 190, provides that Parliament, and I quote, Parliament shall by legislation ensure that county governments have adequate support to enable them perform their function. End of quote. We further draw attention to the Supreme Court Advisory Reference number 3 of 2019, in which it was stated that, and I quote, without a budget and consequent financial appropriation, there will be no executive, no legislature, no judiciary or county government. Budget processing and the enactment of consequential legislation are some of the most solemn responsibility vested upon Parliament in any given financial year. Failure by Parliament to discharge such a critical legislative function in the absence of any emergency or any other disaster that disrupts Parliament business not only violates the Constitution but also exposes the country to existential danger. Such a Parliament is considered to have its course, hence its dissolution. End of quote. Despite the above pronouncement by the Supreme Court, the senators failed to safeguard the interests of the county government by failing to pass the 3rd generation formula. This has left counties with no resources to effectively discharge their function, especially in the wake of COVID-19 pandemic. To this end, we hereby forewarn the Senate that a petition for its dissolution can be initiated by any member of the public through a High Court as provided for under Article 258 of the Constitution. It is unfortunate that county governments are unable even to pay the salaries and allowance for our health workers who remain in the front line to save lives of Kenyans. In this regard, if the prevailing situation persists, effective 17 September 2020, counties will have no choice but to shut down. Therefore, all county government services will not be available in the counties. Consequently, we shall release all county employees to proceed on leave until an amicable solution on the issue is reached. The Constitution under Article 217, Sub-Article 7, allows for the current second revenue formula to apply until such a time that the subsequent formula is approved. To this end, we call upon the National Treasury to release the county equitable share of revenue using the second generation formula without further delays. The Council of Governors takes note that the Auditor General issued an advisory that went contrary to the Constitution and the Supreme Court advisory. Indeed, the Attorney General cannot overrule the Supreme Court finding and must therefore withdraw the advisory. Further, we note that the Senate Committee on County Public Accounts and Investments has continued to summon governors to appear fiscally despite a consensus with the Council of Governors to convene all meetings virtually. It is unfortunate that some of the issues being raised by the Senate Committee emanate from previous financial years dating back to 2015, which begs the question of where the Senate has been all along. We hereby categorically state that governors will not bow down to the astonishing nature of this county public account and investment Senate Committee and will only appear virtually until COVID-19 pandemic is over and funds have been dispersed to county government. The law says clearly that if there is no disagreement, by the way, this third generation was supposed to be there last year. We will have used it in 2019-2020. But when it was submitted in the Senate, it has been lying there for the last 15 months. 1.5 years, it has been there. So they were sitting on it. So it should not be an excuse of money not going to counties, because there is a clear provision that if there is no formula or there is no agreement on a new formula, the old formula continues. So we are saying the second generation formula is there. We can still get this money and use the second generation as they look for consensus for the third generation. So we are saying, while they push and pull among themselves,